Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our Re-English Channel podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Good to see you all, or I guess good to be heard by you all. But before we start, please subscribe our channel. It really helps us.
Today's topic is fun and relatable. Talk about your smart friend. Everyone has at least one friend who's incredibly smart, right? The one who makes you go, how does your brain move that fast?
Exactly. The one who always knew the answers in school, or the one who can solve problems in life like they're playing a simple puzzle game.
I actually love this topic because talking about your friends helps you practice English naturally. You use adjectives, stories, daily life situations, so it becomes more real, more personal.
Yeah, and storytelling always improves fluency. So, Emma, let's dive in. Tell me about your smart friend.
Okay. I have a friend named Lisa. She's honestly one of the smartest people I've ever met. Not just academically, but emotionally and socially, too.
Oh, the triple threat type.
Exactly. She can solve math problems quickly, understand people's emotions instantly, and give really mature advice. Like, whenever I'm stressed or confused, she always knows exactly what to say.
So she's one of those people who make life easier just by being around.
Yes. And the thing is, she doesn't show off. She's very humble. She never brags about her knowledge. She just listens, thinks for a moment, and then gives these perfect, thoughtful answers.
That's a special kind of intelligence. Sometimes the smartest people aren't the loudest, they're the calm, observant ones.
That's Lisa. Quiet but sharp. She also learns very fast. Like, if she wants to learn a new skill, she just decides to do it and somehow becomes good at it in a week.
Give me an example.
Sure, last year she suddenly wanted to learn cooking, not just basic dishes, but actual gourmet food. She watched tutorials for a few days and boom, she was cooking restaurant-level meals.
Okay, that's unfair. I've been trying to learn cooking for years, and the only thing I mastered is burning toast.
That's exactly how I feel. Meanwhile, Lisa is like, it's simple. You just follow the recipe. And I'm like, no, Lisa, that's not how my brain works.
I have a friend like that too. His name is Andrew. He's the kind of guy who reads a book and remembers every detail characters, ideas, examples, everything.
Ah, good memory type.
Very good memory. But he's also great at problem solving. If something breaks, he knows how to fix it. If someone has an argument, he knows how to settle it. If you're stuck on a difficult decision, he can guide you through it clearly.
Sounds like a wise old philosopher.
He's younger than me. That's the funny part. But he talks like he's 60 sometimes. Very calm, patient, and logical.
Did he always seem that way, even when you first met him?
Yes. I remember in college, there was a difficult assignment in one of our classes. Most students were struggling. Meanwhile, Andrew finished it early and then helped like 8 people understand the concepts.
That's impressive.
I asked him, "How did you do it so fast?" And he said, "It wasn't fast. I just broke it into smaller problems."
That's a smart person answer. They always have methods and systems.
Exactly.
It's interesting how smart people come in different types. Some are academic geniuses, some are emotionally intelligent, some are creative.
Yes, and some are just naturally curious, always learning, always questioning. That curiosity often leads to intelligence.
True. Lisa is like that too. She doesn't just accept things, she asks why, how, What if? She loves exploring ideas.
Same with Andrew. He reads random topics for fun. History, psychology, physics. The guy could have a conversation about almost anything.
That's the best kind of friend. You always learn something when you talk to them.
Yeah, it's like having a portable encyclopedia.
Exactly. Let me share a funny story about Lisa. One time, we were at a cafe and we were trying to divide a bill with tax and tip, something simple but annoying. I was struggling on my calculator. Meanwhile, Lisa did it in like 3 seconds.
Laughing. She did the math in her head?
Yes, she just looked at the total, paused for 2 seconds, and said the exact correct breakdown. My brain was like, wait, what?
That's a superpower.
And she wasn't showing off. She just did it naturally.
Let me share one too. Once, Andrew helped me fix my laptop, something I thought required a professional. I was ready to spend a lot of money. But he opened it up, cleaned something, tightened some components, and it worked again.
That's amazing.
I asked him, "How do you know this?" And he said, "I watched a video about laptops just out of curiosity."
Just curiosity. See, that's what I mean. Smart people are always learning, even when they don't have to. Having a smart friend makes you want to become smarter too.
Yes, not in a competitive way, but in a motivating way.
Exactly. When I see Lisa learning something new, I feel inspired to learn too.
Andrew is like that. He doesn't judge anyone, but he encourages people by example. You see him studying or improving himself, and you want to do the same.
It's like their energy pushes you forward.
Yeah, they raise your standards just by existing.
Another thing about smart friends, they're usually great communicators.
Yes, they explain things clearly without making you feel stupid.
That's so important. A truly smart person knows how to simplify ideas, not make them more complicated.
Andrew always breaks things down step by step. If I don't understand something, he explains it in a different way without getting annoyed.
Lisa is the same. I think emotional intelligence is a huge part of being smart, like understanding people's feelings and responding well. That's a big skill.
Absolutely.
Have you ever felt intimidated by a smart friend?
Not intimidated, but sometimes I feel like, wow, I wish I had that brain.
Same. But at the same time, they usually make you feel comfortable, not inferior.
Right. Smart friends lift you up. They don't make you feel small.
Exactly. They inspire you instead of discouraging you.
We've talked a lot about the general characteristics and stories of our smart friends. In the next part, maybe we can go deeper, how smart friends influence our lives, how they shaped us growing up, and the funny or challenging moments we had with them.
Yes, and we can explore different kinds of intelligence too: creative, analytical, emotional, and practical.
Sounds great.
All right, everyone, stay with us. We'll continue this conversation in part 2.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. In part 1, we talked about our smart friends, Lisa and Andrew, and how they influence us. Now let's go deeper and explore how having a smart friend actually shapes our daily lives.
Yeah, because smart friends don't just impress you, they change the way you think, the way you act, and sometimes even the way you see the world.
Exactly. And I think everyone listening probably has that one friend who somehow makes life feel clearer, easier, or more meaningful.
For example, Lisa has played a big role in my decision-making, not because she tells me what to do, but because her thinking style rubs off on me.
How so?
She always approaches problems logically. If there's an emotional issue, she still breaks it down. Okay, what's the problem? Why do you feel this way? What options do you have?
So she helps you see structure in messy situations.
Exactly. And now I catch myself doing the same. I try to analyze things more calmly instead of reacting emotionally.
That's powerful. Andrew does something similar. Whenever I have a difficult life choice, changing jobs, starting a new project, he asks questions that make me think in new ways.
Like what?
He'll ask, "What's your long-term vision? What do you value most? What's the worst-case scenario?"
Those are deep questions.
Yeah, and I realized I used to make decisions emotionally or quickly. But after years of being around him, I think more strategically.
It's like they teach us without trying.
Right. They lead by example.
Let's talk about school for a moment. Did you have a smart friend growing up who stood out?
Yes. Before Andrew, in high school, I had a classmate named Jason. He was unbelievably good at science. He always got the highest grades.
Was he the competitive type?
No, not at all. He was friendly and helpful. But what amazed me was how he studied. He didn't cram, he didn't stress, he didn't highlight every line of the textbook. He simply understood concepts quickly and deeply.
Natural intelligence.
Yeah. And he taught me one thing I've always remembered. Don't memorize, understand.
That's a life lesson right there.
What about you?
I had a girl in my class named Brianna. She wasn't great at every subject, but she was extremely creative. She could write beautiful essays, paint incredible art, and come up with original ideas.
So she had creative intelligence.
Yes, and she inspired me to explore art and writing when I was younger. Without her, I might not have discovered those interests.
There's something beautiful about smart friends. They don't force you to improve. They inspire you naturally.
Yes, like you said earlier, they raised your standards simply by existing.
Exactly. It's never, "You should be smarter." It's more like, "Wow, I want to think like that too."
And it's not about comparing, it's admiration.
Definitely.
Another thing I admire in truly smart people is humility.
Yes, a really smart person usually doesn't brag at all.
Lisa always says, "There's so much I don't know." That's her favorite line.
That's a sign of wisdom. The more you know, the more you realize how much is left to learn.
Exactly. And she's always curious. She reads, she researches, she tries new things. She never thinks she's at the top.
Andrew is the same. I once complimented him on how much he knows, and he said, "Knowledge is endless. I'm just exploring."
I love that.
Let's talk about problem solving. Smart friends often solve problems in ways you wouldn't expect.
Yes, they think outside the box. They see angles you didn't consider.
One time I had a conflict with a coworker. I was annoyed and ready to confront him. Andrew told me to ask one simple question first. What do you think he wants?
That's such a smart question.
Right? It shifted the whole conversation. Instead of arguing, I tried understanding the coworker's perspective, and surprisingly, the conflict disappeared.
That's emotional intelligence plus logic combined.
Exactly. What about Lisa?
She always tries to understand the root cause. If I'm upset about something, she doesn't focus on the emotion itself. She asks, what triggered it? Why that moment? What does it mean?
That's very analytical.
And helpful. Sometimes the issue is not the issue. Lisa helps me see that.
People sometimes think smart friends are serious all the time, but that's not true.
Yes, smart people can be hilarious.
Andrew has this dry humor, very subtle but incredibly funny.
Lisa can be sarcastic in a cute way. She'll drop clever jokes that take a second to understand.
That delayed laugh is the best.
Yes, like, oh, wait. Oh, now I get it.
Smart humor hits differently. Over the years, I've realized that smart friends shape your character.
Absolutely.
They make you calmer, more thoughtful, more curious.
They also push you to think before reacting.
Exactly. And they encourage you to grow, not just academically, but as a human being.
That's what I admire most about Andrew. He's always evolving. He never stays the same.
And that inspires you to keep improving too. But smart friends aren't perfect either.
True. They have weaknesses like anyone else.
Andrew sometimes overthinks. He analyzes too much and struggles to make quick decisions.
That's interesting. Smart friends may appear strong, but they also have moments of doubt and pressure.
Yes, and that makes them human.
Do you have a moment when Lisa changed your life or your mindset?
Yes. I once faced a big decision about switching careers. I was afraid, really afraid. And Lisa told me something that I still repeat to myself. Don't let fear make your choices. Let your future make them.
That's powerful.
It changed everything. I took the risk, and it was the right decision.
That's the kind of advice you remember forever.
What about you?
For me, it was when I felt stuck and unmotivated. Andrew told me, you don't need motivation, you need discipline. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline carries you through.
That hits hard.
It really did. It changed my whole approach to work and life.
We've covered a lot. How smart friends inspire us, challenge us, teach us, and shape our lives.